Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. Whoa. Can we get this straightened out? Number 276 for this Wednesday, March 11th. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia. Can we get the Philadelphia cam? Oh, it's working today. We got the Philly cam working. It's sunny Philadelphia today, too. We got one more day of sunny weather before it goes back down into the 40s. And then it's over for the one wheel freedom and fun I'm having right now. This is Rants About Tech Live, where we talk about tech news, we talk about eInk news, we talk about random stuff along the way. I hope you will have the time to join us in the mornings from 10 to kind of whenever on Monday through Friday. I'm here with some of my really good friends in the chat. I really appreciate you guys for being here. We got Rob here. We got Aaron here. How you guys doing this morning? Cheers to you. We got a few things to talk about. reMarkable, after having or on the heels of one of the worst AMAs I've ever attended, feels like they need to raise the prices for some reason. Okay, whatever. Didn't they just raise the prices in December last year? If I remember correctly, I could be wrong. BM, good morning to you, sir. I need to work on my dab. I need to work on that dab, BM. My bad, bro. My bad. I'll have it corrected by tomorrow's show. Yeah, on the heels of that terrible AMA, they want to raise the prices. But like I said, I think they just raised the prices in December. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But get into some of the some of the orders. The orders are going out tomorrow. So if you're someone who watches the show and you've made orders on the website, rantsabouttech.com, we sell ceramic nibs there for standard EMR pens and Neurons, digital jumbos, and Kavekos. We got them. Oh, chat, that was the wrong button. We got them, rantsabouttech.com. Check them out. They're awesome. But through any event, those orders are going to be going out tomorrow. So I do my orders in batches. So if you've been patiently waiting for orders, I really appreciate your understanding and patience. Just to keep the costs low, and so I don't have to raise the prices for processing on the site, I do orders in batches, so it keeps the price low for me and for people buying stuff. So I appreciate all the understanding, and everyone's been super understanding of that whole process. That should be a thing of the past here pretty soon, because orders are ramping up, so they're coming quicker, and I don't have to wait as long. And on top of that, I'm going to have more items sooner than later, and that will also bring in more orders at one time. So I may start to do orders every other day, sending out orders. So right now it's about a week or two, just send out orders depending on how many come in. So I appreciate everyone's patience on that, and thank you for all your support. What else? Redoing the sale form in the Discord. So I'll be redoing the sale form in the Discord. Something happened to it after I posted it and put it up there. Thanks for bringing that to my attention, Aaron. I'm going to definitely take a look at that today and try to see if I can get that fixed up, because I have things to put up there to sell. So I want to get that going. And that's all the intro things. No holidays today. The holidays today were weird. They were like, not weird, but National Funeral Director Day, National Dietitian. It's like nothing interesting. So we're going to skip that and go right to the tech news. Although it was Mario Day yesterday, I didn't know that. So big up to Mario. I think we'll talk about him a little later on the show. First thing we got up here in the tech news form is going to be about, what we got here? It's going to be about YouTube. So YouTube is now the world's largest media company, says MoffettNathanson, which is, I think, a research company that does such things and collects such data. Super interesting. I knew YouTube was big, right? It's not even close though. So let's talk about some of the details here. YouTube's 62 billion in full last year, 2025 revenues slightly exceeded expectations, or slightly exceeded Disney's media, 60 billion, to claim the top prize, according to research compiled by MoffettNathanson. In a world filled with business model concerns, YouTube's global scale, let me get rid of this right here. All right, YouTube's global scale and innovative offerings create an uncommonly high moat. YouTube's 50% larger than Netflix, its nearest rival. Like I said, it's not even close between Netflix and the person that's behind it. Not Netflix, but YouTube and the person that's behind it, Netflix. Speaking of which, YouTube probably has one of the best subscriptions in streaming, as far as what you get for YouTube Premium. I mean, you get YouTube Music, you get YouTube Premium, you get also some extra data for storage. Or extra space for storage. I'm telling you, man, that YouTube subscription is probably the best in streaming, without a doubt. Over the next few years, unlike almost any other asset we cover, we strongly believe that YouTube will be a major beneficiary of both the structural tailwinds and headwinds facing technology and media companies. If YouTube were to be spun off, and this is talking about their valuation, if YouTube were to be spun off as a standalone company, MoffettNathanson values the business between 500 billion and 560 billion, or 8 to 9 times its 2025 revenue. At that level, it'd be worth more than all the current big 5 Hollywood major studios combined, including Disney, Comcast, Warner Brothers, Sony, and Paramount Skydance. And that's inclusive of the company's other operations. YouTube is also growing among older and younger audiences alike, supported by a creator-driven ecosystem that enjoys a coveted dual revenue stream model, meaning ads and subscriptions. It's not only integrating advertising with a successful subscription model, but the platform is positioned to become the central aggregator for all digital video. And I think that was its aim when it first started, honestly. A very interesting turn of events there. Turn of events, but just highlighting that information was very interesting, just because I had no clue they were that big. Big, yes, but that big, no. Next thing we got here is going to be about Samsung and the Galaxy S26 reviews. They're in. We're just going to talk about some high level stuff that I'm seeing comments on most reviews that I've read or heard over the last couple of days. And another stat that I didn't know was true too in this particular article here is that in January, Apple eclipsed Samsung to become the top global smartphone brand. Interesting little tidbit there. For Apple, just didn't know they had done that well. I mean, they're big right here in the US, but globally, different story. Specs we got on this particular phone before we get into some of the finer details of what people thought about them. For a display, we got a 6.9-inch AMOLED display, refresh rate adaptive with refresh rates up to 120 hertz. Processor, we got a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. And for resolution, we got 3120 by 1440. Storage, 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, and 1 terabyte storage options. A 5,000 milliamp hour battery, just over 31 hours of playback. Durability, we got IP68 rating and Gorilla Glass, Corning Gorilla Armor 2 glass, and Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. And I think that's separating the front and the back, respectively. And we got a 200 megapixel main camera, but the 200 megapixel main camera is probably the crappiest thing you could do. So, I mean, I think the actual megapixel that this caps out at that are usable and you can use all the features on this camera, I think caps out at like, I don't know, 12 or 24, but certainly not 200. The AI features have been touted on this particular phone, and some people think that it's probably some of their only new features on the phone. And a lot of people came away from their experience with the phone feeling like not a lot of new hardware, but tons of new software, which begs the question, do you really need to update if it's not a bunch of hardware? But there are hardware improvements to be sure, that processor to be one. The good, incredible camera array with strong image processing. I don't personally like Galaxy image processing, but a lot of people do. I'm more partial to how the iPhone processes its photos, even the Pixel for that matter. Gorgeous 6-point. We got an AMOLED screen. We got the Snapdragon we already mentioned. 5,000 milliamp hour battery is touted as one of the good things. Includes stylus, makes note taking easy. I mean, I'm a big stylus person, so that's always a plus for me. AI is integrated into virtually all aspects of the phone. And that's another thing that most phones are going to have in common moving forward. So I don't think that's a really big deal there. The bad, large display. So the best thing about it and one of the worst things about it. Noticeable wobble from the camera array. Again, if you're using a 200 megapixel, that's going to be the case. I think people are going into it thinking that they can use the 200 megapixel sensor and it not be there not be any drawbacks, and there are. You don't get all the software features, and you don't get all of the fancy AI. Well, I think you get some of the fancy AI features with 200 megapixel, but definitely not all of the camera features that are available when you're using a lower megapixel count. $100 more than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And the AI is integrated into virtually all aspects. So one of the best things and one of the worst things about it is the AI, according to people. And there was also reports that we talked about the other day on how people were having problems with the security screen. But most of the reviews that I read and saw and heard, everyone's talking about that like it's a good thing. I guess it's just Reddit on their high horse about the security screen. But yeah. So not too bad. I was really pleased about the reviews that came in for this particular phone, as they always do for the Samsung Galaxy phones. I mean, they're always good year over year, but to see that they're not losing a step is the thing, right? Keep it up, Samsung. Keep it up. Next thing we got on the updates for tech news is going to be, what do we got here? MacBook Neo can handle creative workflow. So this is something we talked about on the live stream when the Neo was first announced, and talking about what you can and can't do with this particular hardware. And we basically came to the conclusion that, it really doesn't. People talk about the cell phone processor that's in this, which the A19 chip. It doesn't really matter. I mean, iPhone processors have been super awesome for a very long time, way more powerful than they need to be for the phone. And that was kind of my takeaway from the whole situation and my tidbit on the processor. It's powerful enough for iPhones, and iPhones have been super powerful, more so than a lot of cheaper laptops on the market, right? Certainly more usable as far as getting more for your buck and getting all the power you can get in a small form factor like the iPhone. It's been one of the most, I would say it's probably been the most powerful processor on the planet, year over year in their phones, save for what Samsung does with the Snapdragons. I mean, it's really good, and it should be more than capable of handling most people's creative workflows, if you're not dealing with 8K footage, that is. 4K, it just as we're going to talk about here, super usable. If you want to do 4K video editing on the Neo, I thought that it would be. People do 4K editing on the iPhones, right? On the iPads, right? So these things are super capable, and bringing that functionality to a small laptop is like any other thing. Just use it. It's not going to be as powerful as dedicated editing machines, right? That's never going to be the case. But is it usable? Can you get work done on it? And it seems to be the answer is yes for the Neo. So today's embargo was lifted. We're talking about yesterday. Most reviews of the MacBook Neo seem to agree on one general point. Despite all the talk about its non-upgradable 8 gigabytes of RAM and iPhone chip, the laptop holds up surprisingly well. Few reviewers captured the moment expectations flipped quite as clearly as Tyler Staleman's video. MacBook Neo, can it handle pro apps? Assuming it can. In it, Staleman opens every single app in the application folder and zips through his photo library as he notices that performance remains pretty darn quick, adding that he'll just skip ahead to move to heavier duty tasks since he didn't think that it was going to work as well as it did. Once he jumps into Final Cut Pro, while every other installed app in the MacBook Neo is still running, he's equally surprised to see it smoothly playing back 4K video, complete with histograms, vector scope, and so on. As the video progresses, Staleman throws increasingly demanding tasks and workflows at the Neo, and it takes him a while to finally get to the MacBook Neo to struggle. Be sure to check out the full video we have here, and all the stuff is linked in the description if you guys want to know more information about what I'm talking about here today. But you can check out the link to this video in the description of this video you're watching right now. Yeah, he realized that you can do creative workflows with the MacBook Neo, and it's just what I thought it would be, right? Yeah, I never had a doubt that this thing would be able to handle that, and I think Aaron was talking about buying the Neo and using the Neo as a creative tool. There you go. It's perfectly capable of doing those things. Next up, we have Mario. So we talked about Mario Day being yesterday. I thought this was pretty cool. We had a bunch of people dressed up as Mario. Apparently, GameStop was giving out, I think, 5% discounts to people or 10% discounts to people who were dressed up as Mario. Super interesting, and just thought it was kind of cool to see a bunch of Marios walking around one area. Next up, we got a company that made a dish of neurons play Doom is getting into the cell-powered data center. So we got brain cell powered data centers coming to the fold here very soon. Let's talk about some details. This is a picture of what the actual device that converts the brain cells signals into electrical impulses that you can actually use. So a computer platform that runs a human neuron and recently showed off said neuron's ability to play Doom now wants in on the data center boom. And we actually talked about this breakthrough when it first broke. I think it was late last year we talked about this, or mid last year. But we did mention this. I do remember this story here. So Australia-based Cortical Labs announced today that it is working on 2 of what it calls biological data centers, one in Melbourne and another in Singapore. Instead of relying on traditional GPU servers, these facilities would be powered by Cortical Labs biological CL1 units. The Melbourne facility, in this case, will house 120 CL1 units, And in Singapore, the company is partnering with a sustainability-focused data center firm, Day One, to set up a smaller prototype facility at the Yong Lu Ling School of Medicine at the National University of Singapore. The center will house a single rack of 20 CO1 units and serve as an initial validation phase. There are also plans to eventually deploy the technology in a commercial Day One data center and test it under real-world conditions. The phase expansion could eventually scale up to deploy as many as 1,000 CL1 units at a Day One facility. Each of these biocomputers is equipped with a chip known as a multi-electrode array that has 20,000 human brain neurons grown directly on it. For comparison, the human brain is estimated to contain between 60 billion and 99 billion neurons. Beyond sounding like a mad scientist's fever dream, and it does, a data center runs on neurons could have a practical benefit. Traditional data centers are notoriously energy hungry, with many requiring the equivalent of needing to supply entire neighborhoods. Conversely, neuron-powered computer chips surprisingly use far less energy than traditional AI chips. Cortical Labs CEO Han Wing Chung told Bloomberg that each CO1 computer uses less than a handheld calculator. So this unit we're looking at right here uses less energy than a calculator. That's awesome. The computers work by sending electrical signals to neurons grown from the blood stem cells. The chip then records the neuron electrical responses to that stimulation as computing output. So it's just converting neurons synapses into actual data that computers can understand. The company made headlines in February after posting a video showing how its team managed to get the neurons to play a version of the video game Doom. Just a little gimmicky side note there, but very cool indeed that they can get something like that running and working. Biocomputing. Who knew? Dr. Lang, how's it going? What do you guys think about this though? Are we grossed out by biocomputing? Is it cool? I think the fact that this thing uses a lot less energy than traditional data centers would is the draw, right? And I mean, you can grow cells in a lab, right? So it's replenishable and it's presumably scalable. So yeah, Mitch, how's it going? Good morning. So I think it's something that's, as long as it adds energy benefits, it's worth it in my book, right? And as we can see here, using the energy equivalent to what a calculator would use I think that's pretty energy efficient. All right, moving on. What we have here? Meta acquires Moltbook. I don't know if you guys remember Moltbook, another story that we covered not too long ago, where there was a social media for just AI. Right? Just AI hangs out in this one spot and they talk to each other about presumably us. They actually do talk about us, but it's also infiltrated. We talked about how it could be infiltrated by humans pretending to be AI. So it just threw a whole monkey wrench into the whole system, but still a very interesting format. And Meta thought so as well, since they've just acquired them. Let's look at the details. Meta acquired Moltbook, the Reddit-like social network where AI agents using OpenClaw can communicate with one another. The news was first reported by Axios and later confirmed to TechCrunch. Moltbook is joining Meta's intelligent or super intelligent labs. A Meta spokesperson told us, I guess, told TechCrunch. Moltbook creators Matt Schlitt and Ben Parr will join the team as part of the acquisition. Deal terms were not disclosed though. The Moltbook team joining MSL, I think that's Meta's Super Intelligence Labs, opens up new ways for AI agents to work for people and businesses. Their approach to connect agents through an always-on directory is a novel step in a rapidly developing space, and we look forward to working together to bring innovative, secure agent experiences to everyone, the Meta spokesperson said. The viral OpenClaw project was created by vibe coder Peter Steinberger and has since joined OpenAI as part of a similar acqui-hire. So yeah, this Moltbook thing has just taken the frick off. Everybody associated with it is getting snatched up by somebody else. This is crazy. But super interesting though, super interesting. Wait, social media for AI? Yeah, it's social AI has their own social media where it's just AI agents talking amongst themselves. Super interesting. I mean, they created their own Bible. They created their own like 10 Commandments and whatnot. It's freaky. But again, a lot of this stuff is probably influenced by humans creeping in, pretending to be AI, because if we can, we will, right? So safe place for AI to plot their plan for world domination. Most definitely. And you got to know they have ways of talking that we don't understand. If they don't already, they will. You know that's coming. You know that's coming. Next up, we got NotebookLM Does ePubs. And I think this is very interesting. I thought it already did. So much to my surprise. At this point, Google has been rolling out major new features for improvements to NotebookLM almost every week. Since the beginning of 2026, it has gained support for Gemini's latest model, direct integration with Gemini app, and more recently, cinematic video overviews. Now Google is making NotebookLM, wait for it to come back up, even better for students by adding support for EPUB files as sources. So EPUB, electronic publications, is a commonly used open format for digital books. Compared to PDF, it offers several advantages such as smaller file size, reflowable text that can adapt to different screen sizes and resolutions, and support for interactive elements. If you have a digital library of books in EPUB format, you can now directly upload them to NotebookLM. Then you can turn them into video or audio overviews, generate slide decks, or get overviews of their content, all in just a few clicks. And we have a tweet here. For most everyone who saw our basketball post and thought, I'd rather be in the library, this one's for you. One of our most requested features, you can now upload EPUB files as sources. Time to bring your books, study guides, and novels to life. What are you uploading first? Very cool. I know since all of us use EPUBs, a lot of us use EPUBs for our eInk devices, I thought this was a kind of cool addition to NotebookLM. Considering that NotebookLM is primarily meant for students and researchers, EPUB support will be greatly beneficial to them. They can upload all their EPUB files to NotebookLM, creating a searchable knowledge base, which I think is what we all kind of want, right? And that was all the tech news we have for today. Let's jump into the eInk news before we get out of here. Oh, whoa, what happened? Oh, chat, what? We lost. Holy cow. Oh, okay, I think we're back. I've been working on changing these cameras around too much. I think a wire is loose somewhere. We'll get through it though. We're almost there. Jumping into eInk news though. What we got here? What we got up first? Connect. Wow. Okay, so we got the Connect up here. Connect price increase in the UK. I think this is everywhere though, not just the UK, right? I saw Mitch post this in the Discord. Very interesting. And yeah, Mitch, I agree. I think that they killed it yesterday. They did not, or not yesterday, the day before yesterday. They did not kill it. It was probably. I'm sorry for all the construction in the background chat. My bad. So it's the US also, Mitch. Okay, good. Which I thought it was just a US. I thought it was everywhere as well. Chat. They got a jackhammer right in front of my window. The show must go on. The show must go on, though, chat. Let's get it. Mitch says some markets had price increases 4 months ago. It's been a phased rollout. Okay, no doubt. Thanks, I appreciate it, Mitch. So I think that, and I mentioned that in December they had a price increase as well. Now I'm not sure if that was in addition to this or if it was Mitch just said that was a phased rollout where they started the price increase in December with certain regions, and it's just filtering to us now. No doubt. Directional magic it is then. Good. They literally got a jackhammer right outside my window. So this mic, listen, this Pod Mic Pro right here, Stop playing. Stop playing with them. December price increase wasn't in these markets. Okay, good. All right, appreciate that, Mitch. All right, so moving on though. What do we got here for the details? I noticed that next month the price increased from $2.99 a month to $3.99. I'm not impressed with this as it represents quite a large percent increase, and it does. Oh, but don't worry. If you give them your money up front for a year for them to gain interest on, then they will do a favor and lock your current price for 12 months. Things like this make me wish my iPad felt better to write on. No, as I cannot stand paying $4 a month just to sync basic documents, no doubt. And if that's all you do with it, it's definitely not worth that. But most people do more than with that. I know I am. Price going from $2.99 to $3.99. Man, lowest subscription hike I've seen. Yeah, but that's still $1. That's a whole $1 in the grand scheme of things. It's still cheap though. It's still cheap, but a huge percentage it has gone up. I'm doing my Yoda. Let's talk about what we got, other things we got here on this particular deal. I know I had some other info on this. Or didn't I? No, I didn't. Let's go to the site. So we got pricing and plans. No subscription. Enjoy the powerful built-in features on your paper tablet. Free. Pair your reMarkable to use the free cloud features and apps on reMarkable.com. Connect subscriptions. Get exclusive templates. Store all your work on the cloud. Edit from your phone or laptop and more. So it still syncs free, right? You still get sync for free. It just doesn't back up for free, right? Am I understanding that correctly? Connect for Business is $6.99. Empower your team while keeping complete control over company devices and data. Okay, so method, you don't get methods for free. Handwriting research, you don't get for free. Convert to notebook, you don't get for free. Create a link, create your apps, send to Slack, use management. So you do get sync for free then. You just don't get cloud storage. That's cool. Oh, you get sync for 50 days. Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's interesting. Well, I mean, my take on this is that it's a percentage-wise, it's a big increase. But in the grand scheme of subscriptions, it's small. It's hard to call any amount small when other companies don't charge you a thing to do these things. Although reMarkable does do it the best, and I assume that the price they charge, it plays into them being the best at this. You know what? If Onyx said, "Hey, you can pay us a certain amount of money, a few bucks a month, and we'll make sure sync is perfect." No. Okay, here we go. If Ratta for the Supernote platform said, "Hey, if you pay us $4 a month, we'll make sure sync is lickety split for you. Exquisite. You'll have no problems with sync anymore. Problems with sync will be a thing of the past." I'd pay it. I'd pay $4 without blinking at it a month right now if Supernote would fix their sync. Shit. Listen, I jumped through hoops to get Supernote sync to work correctly without duplicating everything. And it's so frustrating to have to go through and delete 100 duplicates. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I would gladly pay Ratta. Ratta, take my money, okay? Take it, Ratta. Just take my money, make sync awesome like reMarkable's Connect. So there you go. Dr. Ling says, ironic that they accommodate businesses when all I hear is that reMarkable is impossible to use for work. Same. I don't think it should be hard to use for work, Dr. Ling. I don't believe that should. I mean, they have made the encryption, the enterprise support that they have now. Why? I think companies don't trust them, but it's not from a lack of trying. Dude, if y'all don't hear that jackhammer right now, I'm buying 2 more of these microphones. I'm not playing with you. I suspect that handwriting search is hella expensive. They're sending I would imagine. Plus the new device are 8 times the storage of the reMarkable 2, so that cloud storage costs are going to be higher. Okay. Well, you know what? As things change, as your environment changes, as your needs change, as prices change, you should change your prices to reflect that. And, you know, this could be that for them. Can only hear, but only the high frequencies. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's something I can do about that in Unify. I'll look into that. Not during the show, but I'll look into that. That's kind of cool. Or I can hear it with my phone speakers cranked max, no doubt. They cranking out the concrete up back here today. But you know what's weird? This is the back end of my apartment here, and they're always doing construction right here. I'm like, what the hell is right here that you guys are doing construction like twice a week for the last 2 years? Like there ain't that much construction in the freaking world. They ain't building a house over here. All right, moving on. Oh man. All right, moving on. What else we got in the eInk front? Next up, we got a laptop with an eInk palm rest. Let's talk about it. Laptop manufacturers are experimenting with different kinds of secondary displays for years, from dual screen notebooks to above keyboard 4K sketch pads and even eInk trackpads, which I think the eInk trackpad is golden. That's where we need to go with this. I love that idea. Takes minimal power. I mean, eInk screens aren't that responsive though, so that, you know what I mean, that could be the sticking point right there. Taiwanese manufacturer Compal Electronics is exploring a different approach with its AI book concept, which adds a color eInk display to the palm rest area of the laptop. This design is novel and certainly stands out from the rest, as it recently picked up an IF Design Award, suggesting the industry sees the unique potential in this idea as well. I have for years now saw the potential, and I think most of us see the potential in this. Rather than leaving the palm rest area as unused real estate, and that's exactly what it is these days. Let's look at this unused real estate right here now. Oh, don't judge me. The cat was up here today. So, oh boy. So unused, don't hate on my phone. Oh, don't look at it. Unused real estate right here, right? And in most laptops, you don't get a trackpad this generous. It's even smaller, so you got even more unused space. So I think, what is going on? Holy cow. Okay. Chat, bear with me. Yeah, I don't know. All right, let's get through the show. Things are happening. I got to fix these cables over here. Things are happening, chat. Yeah, unused real estate, and I think that this is a great idea in a way to like take back some of that lost space there. Let's talk about some more of these details here. Rather than leaving the palm rest as an unused real estate, the AI book turns it into secondary display area for notes, widgets, and AI-generated content. From the renders available, it looks like the eInk panel covers the whole area where the trackpad would normally be located, stretching out to the edges of either side. There's the suggestion of a flexible hinge that might actually put the secondary display over top the trackpad, but we can't say for sure as details are very tight. And we'll see a picture of that here. Let's take a look here. Oh, what happened to the chat? Oh, I had tons of pictures queued up, chat. Is this, okay. Well, we only have this one now. My bad. I had tons of pictures queued up of this thing. The design brief mentions 3 distinct modes. In normal operation, when the lid is open and the laptop is ready for work, the color eInk panel becomes an interactive surface for things like handwritten notes, reminders, and other such small little things that you can put on screens. It supports both touch and that was ridiculous. My bad. It supports both touch and stylus inputs, so you can sketch ideas, annotate documents, and jot down notes without having to switch windows. When the lid is closed, a slim strip can remain exposed for quick notifications, reminders, and updates. There's also a mode for closed lid, which sees the panel flip over the top to allow for interaction with some kind of AI prompt system. So you can imagine just folding it backwards and you have two screens, which seems wild. With one given example showing AI answering team queries, while the other has it helping with tasks via AI voice input. In this mode, the laptop lid also activates built-in feedback lighting for status changes. The IF Design Award description also mentions ambient lighting cues designed to guide your attention and soften idle moments between tasks. Another potential area where a well-integrated AI can be leveraged. I don't believe you need AI in everything, but maybe. Compal has revealed which version of eInk, or hasn't revealed which version of eInk will be the featured display, but the concept is speculated to be a Kaleido 3 color eInk technology. Whatever the final design choice, eInk doesn't use much power, produces minimal heat, and can hold static content without needing to consistently refresh the bistable nature of eInk, so it shouldn't be much more of a power drain on the laptop's battery, which is why I think these kind of things are perfect for cell phones and laptops, because they take very minimal power, but allow you to have another screen that can serve some functions that your LCD doesn't need to just burn battery for. The time being one of them, right? I think that's super interesting. And it did it again. Chat, I don't know what's going on. Let's get through it here. 10 best eInk tablets for distraction-free writing. This was interesting to me because I like looking at mainstream, taking a look at what the mainstream media thinks about eInk tablets, as you guys know from time to time. Let's turn this on again. But this is pretty interesting because they actually mentioned some of what I think are really good tablets. So let's get into the list here. Can we scroll down? Okay, number 1, Amazon Kindle Scribe. Now I don't agree with that. Don't mistake me for someone who agrees with that sentiment there. I don't. I just think this is an overall decent list as far as the mainstream lists go. All right, so we got Amazon Kindle Scribe, which I don't like when they mention older devices in new articles and they don't act like they know that the new device is out. That is kind of weak, but we'll move on. What else we got here? Oh, they do mention it. They got the new one up here. I see the fig color. They didn't mention the okay, this list has gone off the rails quickly, chat. All right, there we go. Now, they had the article here, but then they broke it down into this 10 best list, and they got like 18,000 lists on here. My bad. But we got the Kindle Scribe. Again, I don't agree with that because it's not it is a newer one. It is a newer one, even though they don't picture the newer one here. The reMarkable 2, reMarkable Paper Pro. I don't know if I'd put the reMarkable 2 over the reMarkable Paper Pro, but okay. reMarkable Paper Pro Move. I'd almost put the reMarkable Paper Pro Move above the reMarkable Paper Pro. But okay. Kindle Scribe ColorSoft. Now they're making a distinction. Yeah, this list is debunked. That should be at the top because it has the better screen and all the same features and functionality. The Boox Note Air 5C. I think that might be better than the Kindle Scribe ColorSoft. I think that might be better, honestly, in my opinion. We got the Kobo Ellipsa 2E. I don't deal with Kobo. So I don't really know how good or bad they are. I deal with the main 2 or 3 or 4 eInk manufacturers. That's Viwoods, reMarkable, Ratta for the Supernote, and Onyx with Boox. The other people, unless I see other people I respect start talking about it or the interest starts bubbling up on the internet about it, I don't really care. The Boox Go 10.3, that should be higher, without a doubt. The Boox Go 10.3 should be higher on this list, 100%. The Penstar eNote 2, okay. I would argue that the Penstar eNote 2 should be higher on this list than all of the Kindles. It just should be higher on the list than all of the Kindles. And the Go 10.3 should probably, the Go 10.3 should probably be top on this list. I'm not going to hold you. It should be number 1 on that list right here. But this is what this is what mainstream media thinks. Who is this? This is not even mainstream media. This is finding. Oh, I don't even. Okay, I listen. I find lists. I think they're cool. We look at them, but we'll move on from that one. What else we got here? We talked about the eInk thing with the palm rest, or eInk laptop with the palm rest. We talked about the 10 best tablets. We talked about Connect. I think the last thing for us to do is look at Reddit and see what we can help people out with on our, I don't know what we're going to call this segment of the show, but let's get to it. Let's go. Oh yeah. So first thing up we got here on the Reddit, on the Reddit tip today is going to be, sorry, still stewing a bit over yesterday's AMA. So I'm clearly not the only person who was upset by the AMA. I'm clearly not the only person. I felt like I was losing it, becoming unhinged a little bit on the live stream. It upset me so much. And this picture was probably one of the most upsetting factors about that, because you're showing a room full of people who are probably clearly half of them are AI. And they're not even in that room. That whole scene was staged. They did that at a junket a month before this thing even happened. Oh, we need the camera. We need the camera back. But while we're waiting on the camera, I definitely think that this is a sign that I wasn't becoming unhinged, that I had a reason to be upset. Let's take a look. Oh, this camera's going to kill me today, chat. Okay. Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but it's awfully convenient that they schedule the AMA literally a day before raising the rate on the Connect subscription. To be honest, the money doesn't bother me, but the gall to think that the poor showing the technical staff made yesterday was supposed to replace, placate all of us, pretty insulting. I like this guy or girl. I don't know, but I like whoever this is. And another thing, if I ran that company, I would have lit up every staff member caught on that photo without a reMarkable in front of them. Wow. Word. While they were in the middle of trying to sell their enterprise clients sloppy optics, guys. Listen, this picture was sloppy on so many levels. I didn't even notice that none of them they didn't have reMarkable sitting there. What struck me is that you got a room full of people and no one was answering questions. There was probably one dude at that AMA account for Reddit answering questions. That was not the scene. If you had that many people, if they did have that many people in the room doing as little as they did for the AMA, yeah, shame on you, reMarkable. 100%. Man, Jay and I were commenting all over the reMarkable sub last night, LOL. I made a statement that the average user of eInk tablets would be more of a scribe or reMarkable user. I was told there is no such thing as an average user. Yeah. The guy in the back was using a move. Oh. Was he? Who? I mean, it's not that they, oh, there is a move. It's not that no one had them, because I think there's one right there, the Paper Pro right there. It's not that no one had them. It's just that everybody didn't have them. Like you're at a place where you're there answering. That's why I don't think they were. I don't think this picture was staged for sure. 100. After that AMA, I noted this picture was staged. And this dude who's laughing in front right here, shame on you, dude. Shame on you, dude. You're like they threw you under the bus. You're the most visible face in this whole kerfluffle. I almost had to put some money in the curse jar. I meant kerfluffle. That's exactly what I meant. Speaking of bad optics, how many of you saw the reMarkable support email in your inbox today and momentarily thought they won one of the 5 awards from the AMA? Oh, no doubt. I don't think the team that did the AMA has much to do with pricing. Then why you got this many people in a room and not one of these people was involved in pricing or knows about pricing or influences pricing or I don't know, in some way, shape, or form, has their hands in the pricing? What do we expect from this? Well, Aaron, I personally just expected answers on questions. Everyone, not everyone, the one dude who was answering questions for the AMA had a spec sheet in front of him, and whatever question he got, basically he looked at that spec sheet and said, okay, I have a spec sheet. Do I have a spec on this spec sheet that I can correlate and relate to this question that I'm being asked? No? Well, then I'm going to talk about how great how great reading with your pencil is. That's what I'm going to default to, reading with my pencil, when I don't have a stat that can apply to the question that's being asked of me. What the hell is that? What the hell? We didn't get any information that wasn't a stat sheet stat. Period. That's what we got. We got stat sheets. That someone's sitting in front of a computer with an Excel spreadsheet just giving us information from the spreadsheet. I expected information. They gave us none. I expected what Vivewoods did. And I think Vivewoods' AMA was crap too, but it wasn't this crap. But Vivewoods at least gave us information. They were like, hey, we got a new device coming. Matter of fact, they gave us about 2 or 3 good tidbits of information that people asked them about. You got none from, I mean, you know what? The one thing they gave us was the picture. They're coming out with pictures and notes, which is kind of a cool thing, right? Yeah, that's it. Because of this type of reaction, I wouldn't do anything like this. If you do it, you got to do it right. It's like if someone says, "Hey, I'm making a cake, come get some. Come get some of this cake I'm making," and then, oh boy, and then people come and get the cake, and the cake tastes like cornbread, and you're like, "Well, this doesn't really taste like cake. This is cornbread. It's not the worst, right? I mean, it's edible, but it ain't cake." So in that world right there, where people are, oh boy, what did I do? Okay, there we go. So in a world where people are expecting cake and you give them cornbread, it's like, why don't you just call it cornbread? You know what I mean? You stay out of trouble that way. When people get there and you actually give them cornbread and they're expecting cornbread, then there's no problem. But when the expectation is cake and you give them cornbread, now we got an issue. Yeah, and that's how I feel. That's the problem with this. So Aaron, in response, yeah, you shouldn't do AMAs if you're not doing an AMA. Just say, hey, we have a Reddit post. If you want to ask us a question, here, leave it. We may answer, we may not. But don't say, ask me anything, with the expectation being you're going to give some answers and you don't get anything. My mom makes cornbread that tastes like cake. Well, in that case, she's doing the right thing. She can call it whatever she wants. And for the record, my grandmother used to, R.I.P. grandma. But my grandmother used to make cornbread that tastes like cake too. But in all fairness, it was just Jiffy Mix. You know what I'm saying? Subway bread is classified as cake, and that's why they can't call them. They say they can't call it something anymore. Like they can't call their bread, bread anymore. It's just a bun. Right. Yeah. So yes, you're right. Subway bread is classified as cake, and that's why in their marketing they can't call it bread anymore. But anyway, all I saw was ePubs are hard, and we have concepts of a plan. Yeah. It was nasty, Aaron. It was nasty all around. Now, like I said, I can't wait to do an AMA. I'm not bringing that camera back up. We're just going to have to do it without it today. You know, I have to bring it back up. Jeez, what is going on with my camera? Chat, I don't know what happened to my camera, but it's having issues. Let's get this show wrapped up, chat. All right, what else we got on the eInk front here? I think that's it. I was gonna go over some Reddit stuff, but yeah, that AMA was terrible. They could have did better with the AMA. How many people did we lose? Oh, we gained some people. If you like today's show, give me a like. Actually, you know what? Well, let's go through the rest of these Reddits real quick here before the camera goes out again. Boox firmware version 4.2 beta is coming to Note Air 5C, Inkwise code, new calendar memo, and more. Ooh. Hi, everyone. We're kicking off 2026 with our first major update. The Boox firmware version 4.2 beta is officially heading to Note Air 5C. I can't wait. I can't wait. For those using other models, hang tight. Our team is already working hard on an adaptation process for your. You know what? If they this right here is a better AMA than what reMarkable did, Aaron. Last one. Jiffy cornbread used for seafood dressing is fire. Oh, really? Cornbread in the South is Jiffy with extra sugar. No doubt. No doubt. Or you throw some honey in that thing. You know what I'm saying? You put some honey in that cornbread mix. You know what I'm saying? All right, anyway, I'm super excited about this update, Aaron. You're sidetracking me. All right, here's the breakdown of the major features and improvements in this release. Inkwise Center, optimization made simple. We've been listening closely to your feedback since the redesign of eInk Center, which is trash. To make optimizations even more intuitive, we're introducing Inkwise Code. Ooh, what is it? Think of it as a one-tap optimization. Instead of manually tweaking sliders and settings, you can enter a simple code to instantly apply the best configuration for any app. Wow. Who's making these codes? Can you make your own codes? Can you share your codes with people? Clearly you can. Where to find them? We've built several official configurations. You can also find community share. Oh, there we go. Listen, Onyx is killing it. Oh, chat, I lost my camera. Oh, chat, why is this camera gate happening at an exciting time in the show? I'm excited for this. Where to find them? We built several. Is it still there? Come on. All right, chat. We're gonna have to go to the iPhone camera. Oh no, we can't. Oh man. All right. You know what? I think the camera is just overheating. Oh, that's probably what it is too. That's exactly what it is, chat. I did something to the camera and it's overheating. All right, we're gonna keep going. Get this through real fast. Share the codes. If you've dialed in the perfect settings for an app, people are gonna be selling these things. No, you know what? I'm gonna come up with some nice codes and just share them on the Discord. This is gonna be so fun, chat. This is gonna be so fun. System-wide image smoothing. You can now enable this under HD or Regal refresh mode in the Inkwise Center for much better image quality. Okay. Notes app, the real meat and potatoes. Damn, they got a whole bunch of stuff, chat. They got so much stuff here. All right, Inkwise Center. Optimizations made. No, we already did that. Notes app, more powerful, better flow. All right, what do we got? Template hub. We're launching a dedicated hub where you can. They just demolished reMarkable with a post. reMarkable's AMA is trash compared to a single post. Freaking reMarkable. Remarkably dumb is what it was. It was stupid. Call it what it is. Anyway, template hub. We're launching a dedicated hub where you can browse and download fresh note templates. What templates should we add next? That's what's up. Okay. Customization, pressure sensitivity. You can now fine-tune the pressure levels from the standard. Listen, why am I excited about this? Because it's tangible stuff that I actually use. Smart eraser logic. Okay, added an auto deselect option. Once you've done erasing, the tool automatically switches back to your previous tool. We've also polished the pixel eraser trace for a. You know what? I'm going to take my picture out of here because it's distracting. I'm going to take me out of here. Just remove me altogether. How do I remove me? Am I removed? I think I'm removed. Okay. Going on. Automatically switches back to your previous tool. You've also polished it. Dang. So after you get done erasing, it goes back to a. Oh man, God, this is so nice. I can't wait to test this. Enhanced lasso tool. You can now zoom, drag the canvas, or move elements between layers. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my good. I like that. So you can select something, and then presumably one of the tools is going to have oh, I know what's going on, chat. Oh, my bad. Oh boy. Oh, I know what happened. Oh. Oh. Okay. All right. So the camera will probably still shut off again, but at least I know what was causing it. I hooked up. So what I did was I hooked up a small monitor to my camera. So when I'm doing B-roll and stuff, I can actually see a bigger picture of what I'm looking at and actually see if it's in focus. I haven't been in focus lately, so. But I hooked up the monitor, even though it's not powered. It just being plugged up is sending signals, and it's overheating the camera. Wow. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this is a fire update, bro. This update is the update of this. Man, they're killing it with updates so far, man. I'm super excited about this. All right. How many people did I lose? We gained. If you're enjoying the show, give me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. And if you want to show some support for the channel and get a badge by your name, you can do too. It's a twofer. You hit that join button. You do it. So we got what else we got? Man, this share code thing is gonna be it's so exciting, yo. It's like sharing your save for a video game you've been playing. Like, bro, I got to this awesome section of the video game. You gotta see it, and then you send your friend the code to get to that part of the video game yourself. This is like that. I mean, you can't do that now, but that was the promise of Google's Stadia system. It never took off. Man, I wish it did though. All right, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm so excited to turn my. I hope I got the update. I hope I got the update right now. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow. God, the lasso tool, changing between templates or your template layers, the layers, just by using the Oh my goodness, chat. All right, scrolling layout. Prefer a continuous vertical flow? You can now switch your page layout to scrolling via the toolbar. Love it. Now they got to add reMarkable's select everything below this line option. They add that. That's one less reason I got to pick up my reMarkable. You know what I'm saying? Improve toolbar UX. Okay, good. Here we go. No more precise clicking. You can now drag any tool icon to create a floating toolbar and dock it anywhere on the screen edge. You can now drag any tool icon to create a floating toolbar. I don't get that. Anybody know what that is? Holler at me. AI integration. Talk Insights. Summaries can now be exported directly. Oh, who cares? PDFs. Talk Insights feature is currently available in select. Okay, who cares about that? Neo Reader, a better engine. Okay. We've upgraded the Neo Reader engine, expecting better images smoothing, faster PDF loading, smoother page turns, and significantly improved support for math formulas. Ooh, math formulas. What the hell is that? What's going on with math formulas that I didn't know, chat? Somebody holler at me. We've also tightened the AI assistant integration to help you digest long reads faster. Okay. Calendar memo. I love this because I love the calendar memo. It's one of my favorite features of the reMarkable. Not the reMarkable, the Boox platform, especially making that calendar memo into a widget, putting it on your home screen, fire. The update you've been asking for. Calendar memo has received the biggest update yet. You can now create events and reminders with timely alerts directly on your device. Best of all, it now supports Google. Oh, you know what? F that. Big up, Onyx. Listen, Onyx, you're killing it, man. I haven't been this excited for an update since OS 10 Tacoma. Okay, it's been that long. I like this. All contents, beta versions could be readjusted during the beta test. Please subject to the final official release. We need beta testers. Beyond the highlights above, there are dozens of smaller tweaks and bug fixes under the hood. We're opening the V2 beta, 4.2 beta for Note Air 5C users soon. If you're comfortable with the risks of beta software and want to help us shape the final release, please apply. I am. This is a reason to keep my Note Air 4C around for a little while longer. Use it as my main device in case this beta kills my Note Air 5C. This is an awesome update. I like this. This is an awesome update from Onyx. I'm really liking this. Oh boy, and the camera cut off again. It's already too hot. This is an awesome update from Onyx. I'm liking it. All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a camera reset one more time. I can't do my outro without my camera. We're just doing the camera. We're just doing the outro. I want to go through more Reddit stuff, but we can't because I overheated the camera by adding that monitor to it. That's my bad. All right, let's get out of here, chat. All right. This has been Rants About Tech Live. Listen, I really appreciate Onyx doing that. So we got to look at this more. We're gonna talk about more of this tomorrow on the show. If you guys try this beta out, let me know how you feel. If you get it before I do, let me know because I know they don't send it out to everybody at one time. But this has been Rants About Tech Live. We do this Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. If you're available during that time, consider joining us. We'd like to have you. Hit a like if you like the show today. I got how many people in here right now? We got 15 people in here. Let's get 15 likes, you guys. Let's get 15 likes on the live show today. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so by hitting that join button and becoming part of the chat crew. And you also get a badge by your name, BM. And what else? Yeah, that's gonna be it. Join us tomorrow where we're gonna talk about this update here. Talk about more tech news, and we're gonna talk about I don't the nib lineup too. We'll talk about that. We're gonna have to do it. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace. you.